Listen, you've got to put it in all the context of it all, like, you know, going to the game, seeing Saliba out, and we'll go on to that in a minute, like, I would have took a point, you know what I mean, like, and the way it was going, it was tough. But when you're given an opportunity, like, they shot themselves in the foot. Caicedo's a disgrace of a player at times, you know what I mean, going around kicking people and all that. Got what he deserved, got sent off. You've then got the opportunity to go and win the game. You know what I mean? I think most Arsenal fans would have took a point before the game, but now the game changes. And I felt we didn't do enough. I look at that game and I think you've been given the opportunity now, you must take it. Particularly after Sunderland and what happened there. This is an opportunity to grab it and get the 3 points. And I look at it, where was the player that was going to take the game by the scruff of the neck, keep control of the game? We got involved with them. Yeah. So many times we got involved with them, like, you know, Nketiah could have been sent off for that elbow. It weren't, but he gives a referee who's been an absolute clown all game the opportunity. How many times have we given the opportunity for fouls so they could go down and lay around for 4 or 5 minutes, and then the ref giving 4 minutes at the end of the game? I just felt everything about us yesterday was wrong when we got into that, when we went down to 10 men. Mentality. This is where you've got to, like, be given the opportunity, you've got to take it. I didn't think we did.
To me, I don't think that was the worst point in the world. I think that we can look back, we're going to look back on that game, as long as we get other results right, we look back on that game and say, listen, all right, could have, you know, but they didn't gain any points on us. Just like with City last year, where they got that point back against us. We were down to 10 men for a whole half as well, right? So, to me, I look on it and I say, and I do think we have to look on it and say, at the start of this week, not even the start of this week, at the start of the season league, I remember us going through the fixtures and looking at those sequence of fixtures, and we're like, yo, straight after an international break, North London derby, Bayern Munich, and then Chelsea. Ooh, wow, that is a potential for it to go wrong. It ain't gone that wrong, man. We've got two wins and a draw. I'll take it, man. You know what I mean? We weren't at our best, right, in the game, but we haven't lost at the Bridge. That was a very tough game. They just battered Barcelona.
The context of it is, well, yeah, we're relaxed about it, but the context, no, and I'll tell you why I'm a little bit, because you've turned around again and said, oh, right, let's look back on it to be a good point. You said that against Liverpool. You said that against Man City.
No, we lost to Liverpool.
You said that against Sunderland. Now you're saying it again.
No, we lost against Liverpool.
Yeah, but how many more times are we going to say that? All right, we lost against Liverpool. Well, it'd be a good point against Man City when we didn't do enough. We didn't do enough at Sunderland in the end. We didn't do enough yesterday.
There's a difference. I think listen, we didn't do enough, and I agree with you all on that, but I think there's a difference with this one, right? In that they were 6 points behind us. So why it's not as bad as...
Are you worried about Chelsea?
I'm not worried about Chelsea.
I'm worried about Chelsea.
So you weren't worried...
I don't think Chelsea are good enough to win. Fans don't even think they're good enough to win.
You weren't worried about Chelsea going into that game, man?
Yeah, because
the context of the game, not for the title.
Not for the title.
Yeah.
City are the team, bro. They're 5 points behind us.
If they would have beaten us yesterday, they'd have been 3 points behind us.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
going into that game, every Arsenal fan knew that. Every Arsenal fan knew that, you know what?
11 against 11, I'm with you. Yep. It's a tough game. You've been given up a chance. When that went down to 10 men, right? Now, let's get this right. When we played Man City last season, we was down to 10 men. We was 2-1 up. It's a different thing. We're going into that game now 0-0. 60 minutes. Bloody hell, thank you. Take it. You must take that opportunity. You must take that opportunity. We've been given a lifeline.
This is one of their best players as well.
I took a point at the beginning. I'm now thinking, whatever happens in this game, we're not losing this game now, right? The worst scenario is a draw now, like, yeah? That's what I'm thinking when he gets sent off. Wow, I thought we was going to maybe lose that game. Then to come out in the second half and be 1 minute into that game and be a goal down, Rob, I think mentality-wise you've got to question the team.
Do you not also, though, look on it? Listen, we've got to be... I hear everybody's upset, but you've got to have a bit of logic. You've got to have a bit of understanding of these things. It's a different centre-back... When how many goals have we seen like that when we've had Saliba and Gabriel? We don't really concede those, isn't it? No. We've got a completely different, for the first time in 3 years, one of those two's missing, right? And we've conceded from a set piece. It happens. But they got the goal back. They got the goal back. They haven't done enough. Yes, you're right. But the way some fans are going on is that the league's been lost.
Rob, can I just say something, right? You're talking about Chelsea and Man City there. The emphasis is on us. We haven't won a title for 2 decades.
I hear you.
City have won trebles, 3, 4 in a row. Chelsea won the Champions League, 4 or 5 years ago?
They win every game?
They don't win every game, but they've changed owners, managers, players. Their whole club has done a total 360. So they are in a rebuilding phase where we've had stability for the last half a decade, at least with this manager. We've played this season Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea. We've taken 2 points out of 9. Right? We lost at Liverpool when everybody has scored against Liverpool apart from us and Burnley. We went there and, kind of didn't go for it. People going, it's Liverpool, it's a tough place. Then everybody's been going there and slapping them up. So we look back
Chelsea been there?
Well, no, they haven't. But I've seen Forest go there and batter them. I've seen Bournemouth go there and score. PSV have slapped them.
All right, that's cool.
So
but Chelsea ain't been there.
Chelsea ain't been, but
Man City haven't been there.
No, but they've beat them. They've beat Liverpool.
They beat them at their place, but they haven't been there. Yeah. I mean, I'm still saying,
we always create these narratives. If we draw a game where we feel like we should have won, we go, that might be a good point, but what if it ain't a good point?
No, I didn't say, listen, I've not said it's a good point,
But you're saying it might be a
terrible point.
Not terrible.
I'm saying it's not a terrible point. I'm saying that the only reason, Lee will tell you, that loads of fans before that game said they'll take a point. Now, listen, the only reason why we're all sort of really upset is because they had 10 men.
But that changes the context,
and that does change it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, all them people who said they take a point, we got a point.
At the beginning of the season, you say you take a point at Sunderland, you take a point at Chelsea, you'll go, oh, it's a much better point at Chelsea. But when you look at the context of how both games have gone, you know what I mean, that ain't the case. That's dropped. I think we gained a point at Sunderland because that was a tough game with all the injuries and everything like that.
We were winning 2-1.
We was winning 2-1, but I still say that it was a point gained, right? That one yesterday is 2 points dropped in my mind. 2 points dropped.
So you said with all the injuries. We had more injuries than yesterday. To more important players.
We had options off the bench, didn't we?
We had no options off the bench in that game against Sunderland.
We had players coming back.
We also had Saliba in that team and Gabriel in that team.
Exactly. We got players coming back they're coming back. I would have loved to have won that game and that, but I'm not losing it as much as certain people because it happens.
Yeah, but what can't you say won a great performance?
I said it won a great performance.
Well, no, a lot of people, you're trying to battle for, we're going over ball. As a fan, you can turn around and say, that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Why can't you say that?
I've heard you mention the ref. You're saying before the game he'd have took a point. It all changes after the ref.
Listen to my interview. Everything that I've said is in that interview. I said, disappointed.
Good interview, by the way.
I heard it. I did. I listened to it.
I said in my interview, I said disappointed because any time a team's down to 10 men, right, you expect to win, even though it don't always go that way.
No,
we saw last week with United, right? You know what I mean? Right, against Everton, right? When they're at home, they didn't win that game. They end up losing the game. It's because teams sit deep. They make it really difficult. And as I said,
concede, Rob.
The reason why I'm bringing a ref into it, right, is because to me, the way he handled that game
ruined the game.
He was
have a look. That's the worst game he's had for a long while. And I think listen.
I did a show this morning. Mark Goldbridge. He had him in his team of the week.
Nah, Timber was good, but not to his usual level.
What do you mean he didn't play good?
He wasn't at his level.
Listen, we've seen him play better. He played good.
Not on the level that he's been at. He's been unbelievable.
But that's because, right?
He was arrested. He's tired.
And Lee, listen, no, I'm not having you today,
Well, you can't.
Because I'm not having you today. You know what? The other night.
Don't worry, I'll back you up.
The other night, Lee, the other night goes, that's why you was right not to play Ben White, because he'd have been up against some of those players.
I never said that.
Up to speed.
I didn't. I said play Ben White in that game. I don't care about buying me. Do you know what I'm saying, right? You said to me, right, we're going to win 2 and draw 1. This is how I want it.
2 league wins.
Beat Spurs, draw Bayern Munich, beat Chelsea. That was what it could. In the end, we could have won all 3.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I would have rested a couple more players than he did against. But I'm not slagging him off for it. I'm just making a comment.
You can make a comment the other night. Weren't a problem the other night. We were beat by, and now it's a problem.
No, I've never said so. I just said at the end of the day, I would have played Ben White. I think he's going to have to play Ben White on Wednesday night now.